Good afternoon, students. In this lecture, we'll see the types of biasing circuit, which is nothing but the stabilization technique. We have seen in previous lecture, the Q point stabilization is required for a transistor because the basic purpose of transistor is to amplify the weak signals, or it is basically used as an amplifier. So if we want amplifier, if we want transistor works as an amplifier, there is a need of proper biasing of transistor. So we have seen how to bias the transistor. That is, we have forward bias the input side, and reverse bias the output side. When we do this type of biasing, then and then only transistor will work as an amplifier. But only biasing is not the thing. We have to see there is a we have to see how to limit the input and output voltages and current also. So for that we have plotted the output characteristics of transistor, and in that we have taken the maximum reading of IC current and VCE voltage, and with one straight line we have connected that 2 point, and where that line intercepts on output characteristics of transistor, we have marked that intercept point as a Q point, and we have stabilized that Q point in the middle region of the active region, right? So the stabilization of Q point will give us the proper voltage and current readings in input as well as output side. So the stabilization of Q point is very much necessary to operate transistor as an amplifier and in the middle of active region, right? So this is the biasing we have done previously. That is, we have forward bias the input side and reverse bias the output side, as well as we have drawn the DC load line, and from the DC load line we have plotted the Q point, and we have stabilized that Q point, right? Then there are another different types of biasing circuit for transistor to stabilize the Q point. So the biasing types are given in your notes. That is a base bias circuit, base bias with emitter feedback, base bias with collector feedback, then voltage divider bias. Then in that first you can see the base bias or fixed bias. Means what we have done over here, you can see the transistor is connected, and transistor के बेस को एंड कलेक्टर को एक एक रेजिस्टर हमने कनेक्ट किया है. सो वाई वी आर डूइंग दैट, वाई वी आर कनेक्टिंग दिस रेजिस्टर? Because whenever we give the input voltage to transistor, there is a sudden rise in a base current, possibility of sudden rise in a base current when we increase the input supply voltage. So to limit that input current, that is base current, we have connected the resistor RB. And if there is increase in input current, ultimately there is increase in output current also. So limit that IC current, we have connected the RC resistor, right? So this resistor is basically used to limit the excessive rise in base current and collector current. So this type of connection we have done, which is called as a fixed biasing. So from that fixed biasing, for that base circuit we have applied a KVL voltage. Now see, the VCC is a supply voltage, from top we have taken. Then VCC minus IBRB means this is the voltage drop near the base. That means current flowing through RB resistor. So the multiplication of IBRB is called as a voltage drop at the base, and minus VBE, that is the input voltage. So we have applied the KVL law to the input side, which will give us the equation VCC minus IBRB minus VB is equals to 0. So from that equation we have derived the equation for base current IB. So we got the equation for IB is VCC minus VB upon RB. So if we increase the value of RB, the current value goes on decreasing because it is inversely proportional, right? So for silicon transistor VB is 0.7 and from germanium transistor it is 0.3. So by using this fixed bias circuit we will try to keep our input voltage input current constant, so it will stabilize your transistor circuit. Then we'll see the KVL voltage is applied for collector circuit, means at the output side you can see that VCC minus the current flowing through RC resistor, that gives voltage drop ICRC minus VC, means we have applied the KVL law to the output of this fixed bias circuit. So from that we have derived the value for IC, which is nothing but VCE minus VC upon RC. So you can see that by controlling the value of RC, if we'll increase the value of RC, the IC will gets decreased, because there is a relation inversely proportional to each other, IC and RC. So these equations we have designed, these are very simple equation, you can also derive with yourself. So you can see that if we increase the RC value, there is a limitation on IC and VC. So this is the fixed bias circuit, which gives the some advantages, that is it requires very less components, means only using two resistors, that is base resistor and collector resistors, we have controlled our input and output current, that is base current and collector current. So the flexibility is very good, and the Q point we can easily adjust our Q point at the middle of the active region. So there are some disadvantages also, that is there is a thermal stability is very poor if voltage is if temperature is increased near the input output region, then there is a possibility of damage of transistor, but it is very less. Then change in beta DC will increase the change in temperature, or it will disturb your Q point position. Now what do you mean by beta DC? We have seen the common emitter configuration. So beta DC is the ratio of output current to the input current in common emitter configuration. So this is the better fixed bias circuit to stabilize the Q point. Then we'll see our next TLO, that is TLO number 30. Now this is the another type of biasing, which is called as a voltage divider bias. Now you can see that there are 4 resistor is used. In previous fixed bias circuit only resistor RB and resistor RC is used, means we have connected the resistor to base side and collector side only. But in voltage divider you can see that the 4 resistors are connected, that is 2 resistors R1 R2 are connected, which is near the base and emitter region, and one resistor is connected for collector and one resistor is connected for RE. So when we connect the 2 resistors above and below base side, then this type of circuit is called as a voltage divider bias. This is a very popular bias, which is very popularly used technique for stabilization of Q point. So here the R1 and R2 resistors are divides the base voltage equally. So this is called as a voltage divider bias, and the value of base resistor R2 is large. So very constant current will flow through this type of arrangement when we connect the 2 resistor in series at the base side. So what the bias stabilization done with the help of voltage divider is shown with the help of steps. If IC increases due to temperature of beta DC, then IE also increases. Hence the voltage drop across emitter IE RE also increases. Because of that, input voltage increases VB, and hence input voltage decreases and hence IB decreases. So because of if once input current decreases, then it will affect on output current automatically. So if IB decreases, then IC also decreases. So there is a compensation of IC is achieved with the help of this voltage divider bias. See how the relation is given. If there is a increase in temperature, of if there is increase in beta, then output current IC increases, which increases the emitter current. If emitter current increases, the voltage drop IE also increases, and this, because of this, the base emitter voltage decreases. If emitter voltage decreases, then IB current is also decreases, right? The IB current is input current, and if input current decreases, start decreasing, then it will automatically decrease the IC current, right? So this automatic decrease in IC, which we have seen in above cycle, this type of stabilization is done with the help of voltage divider bias, right? So analysis is that we made that I is greater than IB. So the base circuit, now you can see on your screen, means there is a R1 R2 parallel connection is given. मतलब ऊपर का जो R1 रेजिस्टर है उसको पैरेलल में लगा के हमने नीचे खींचा है, और इनपुट साइड का जो सर्किट है हम कंसिडर कर रहे हैं. सो वी आर अप्लाइंग द KVL voltage law to this input side. So you can see that RB achieved that the parallel combination of R1 R2. So how to solve the parallel combination we have seen in first chapter, that is, if there is a parallel combination of R1 and R2, how to solve it. Take the multiplication of R1 R2 divided by the summation of R1 R2, which will give you RB resistance. Then voltage taken at this point is the parallel combination multiplied by the supply voltage, that is VCC. Then apply KVL. Apply KVL means R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2 into VCC minus IBRB minus VB minus IERE. सो ये इक्वेशन सॉल्व करने के बाद हमें IB की वैल्यू निकालना है. तो वैसे अकॉर्डिंगली हमने जो पैरामीटर्स है उसको लेफ्ट एंड राइट साइड शिफ्ट करके IB और IC की वैल्यू निकाली है. ठीक है. So from collector loop also we got the equation for VCC and VCE. You can see that VCC is equals to ICRC plus VCE plus IERE, and VCE is equals to VCC minus ICRE minus IERE. So this expression for voltage VCE. So in that you have to remember the point, this point, how bias stabilization is done with the help of voltage divider bias. So this cycle is very important because the basic purpose of biasing is to maintain the input output current constant, and ultimately we have to maintain the stabilization of Q point in the middle of active region. So this calculation part, just once go through it, but what point you have to remember, how bias stabilization done with the voltage divider bias, and you have to remember the circuit diagram for that. So what are the advantages of voltage divider bias? So it has a small value of stability factor S than other biasing circuits, and it is possible to avoid decrease in gain by connecting by connecting emitter bypass capacitor, and RE introduces negative feedback. So this is regarding voltage divider bias. Then we'll see the next TLO, that is TLO number 31. Now we have seen how our transistor will work in active region to amplify the different types of signal. So all type of arrangement is done by our side, that is proper biasing, then use different types of biasing circuit to stabilize input output current, to stabilize Q point, then take care of that there is no any excess increase in temperature or beta. So we have designed all these parameter with the help of previous method. And now in this TLO we have seen how transistor will work as an amplifier. So in this TLO the amplifier circuit is given. So once again transistor is connected, RB resistor is connected to it, input voltage is given at the base side, the collector resistor is connected at the output side. Now why we have connected RB and RC, the reason we have seen previously, because there is a sudden increase in base current when we increase the supply voltage. And if there is a increase in input voltage, then automatically the output current will also gets increased, that is IC current. So we have to limit these two parameters, or we can say the ultimately dependent factor is we have to stabilize or control. So with the help of fixed bias we have control, with the help of voltage bias we have control. Then what is the relation between IC, IB and beta? So there is a relation between beta is nothing but the ratio of IC upon IB. So IC is equals to beta IB, the relation is given. If IC is increases, IC will increase, then beta is automatically increase, and IB will also increase, because all are in the directly proportional, right? So we have to control all these parameter because they are related to each other. Then for common emitter configuration we have seen there is a change in base current which gives you change in input current upon RB. So these are the relation we have previously seen in common emitter also. Now this is the single stage RC coupled amplifier, means we have designed this amplifier. So actual circuit diagram for amplifier is like this. The transistor is connected, so the voltage divider bias is used over here, that is R1 and R2, means R1 or R2 is giving voltage divider bias. Then RC resistor is connected at the collector side, RE resistor is connected at the emitter side. Then some capacitors are connected at input side C1 capacitor is connected, output side C2 capacitor is connected, and at the emitter side one capacitor is connected with parallel with RE resistor. So now this is the complete circuit for transistor as amplifier. It is also called as a single stage RC coupled CE amplifier. CE amplifier, why it is called as a CE amplifier? Because transistor is connected in common emitter configuration. Common emitter configuration we have seen previously, that is emitter terminal is made common, right? Now R1 R2 providing a voltage divider bias. Now previously we have seen why voltage divider bias is used, because with the help of voltage divider bias we can control the value of IC, beta and IB, right? When IC increases, because of IC VC increases, because of that IB increases, then VB decreases, then IB decreases, then once again IC decreases. So with the help of voltage divider bias, there is a we can compensate between these two values IC and IB. So because of that voltage divider bias is used. Then at the input side capacitor C1 is used because if we give the AC or DC voltages to transistor, then capacitor C1 is used to give only AC parameters, because the property of capacitor is to allow only AC components and blocks DC components. So what is the function of input coupling capacitor C1? It blocks DC and it allows only AC components at the input side, right? So this is the coupling capacitor. Then capacitor C1 isolates the DC part from AC input signal. Then all of you know that R1 and R2 we have connected to give a fixed biasing to transistor, or we can say that voltage divider biasing is provided by resistor R1 and R2. Then what is the function of bypass capacitor CE? The resistance RE should be high possible. So what emitter capacitor done, it will acts as a open circuit for DC. Means if there is generation of any DC signal inside amplifier, so capacitor will not allow this DC component at the output side. It will bypasses all the DC components produced by amplifier to the ground, and it will allows only AC signal to go outside. That's why we have connected emitter capacitor at the output side, which is parallel with the RE resistor. Then output capacitor coupling capacitor C2, it is also allows only AC component at the output side, and this coupling capacitor is used to connect another stage of amplifier to it, right? अगर आपको और एक एम्पलीफायर कनेक्ट करना है सिंगल स्टेज एम्पलीफायर के साथ, तो दो एम्पलीफायर के स्टेजेस कपल करने के लिए दैट आउटपुट कपलिंग कैपेसिटर C2 इज यूज्ड. Now these are the some waveforms of amplifier. So you can see that there is a AC input signal which is a very small and weak signal, and at the output side you can see the signal strength, means the height of the signal is increased. So height of the signal means its strength is increased at the output side. So you can see that the AC input voltage is very small and low. Then the base current voltage is also shown. Then at the collector side the output is increased. The voltage VC means collector voltage is also increased, and at the final stage means at the coupling capacitor of C2 the signal strength is increased. So this waveform shows you how the amplification is done with the help of different components which we have used in our single stage amplifier, right? So because of voltage divider R1 and R2, the Q point stabilization is achieved. There is a input and output currents are maintained constant. Then coupling capacitors are allows only AC components. Then emitter capacitor bypasses all DC components from the signals. Then because of these all components, the amplifier will provide able to provide strong signal at the output side, right? So these are the very important working of single stage amplifier. Just go through notes, read it once again carefully. Then graphical representation of waveform is shown. That is once again this diagram is very important. This diagram is nothing but the output graph of output current to the output voltage. So you can see that the DC load line is drawn, which joins the 2 points, that is IC max and VCE max. Then Q point stabilization is done, that is Q point is in the middle of active region. So from that Q point, the interception two interception points and Q point, we have drawn some lines which we have drawn towards x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So because of this Q point, the amplification is improves, that is shown. That means output current, output voltage and input current is increased. The strength of the signal is increased. So with the help of this graphical representation, you can see how amplification is good with the help of single stage amplifier. Then this is the frequency response of सिंगल स्टेज एम्पलीफायर. जैसे कि हमने इसके पहले हर एक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन में देखा था कि हमने वी आई कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है वो इनपुट आउटपुट वोल्टेज इनपुट करंट इनपुट वोल्टेज एंड आउटपुट करंट आउटपुट वोल्टेज के बीच में निकाली थी. That will show you how the voltage and current parameters are changes. So these characteristics regarding voltage and current. So with the help of these characteristics we are analyzing our configurations. So अगर एम्पलीफायर को एनालाइज करना है तो उसका फ्रीक्वेंसी रिस्पॉन्स देखा जाता है. तो फ्रीक्वेंसी रिस्पॉन्स इज नथिंग बट द ग्राफ बिटवीन फ्रीक्वेंसी एंड वोल्टेज गेन. So what do you mean by voltage gain? It is the ratio of output voltage to the input voltage. And what is the frequency? Frequency is the number of cycles appearing in 1 seconds. So the relation between these two parameters, we can say that the bandwidth of the amplifier, which is going to be analyze the response of amplifier. So you can see that for low frequency the voltage gain starts increasing, and after low frequency it will stabilize, and for high frequency it will starts decreasing. राइट. सो अगर आपको एम्पलीफायर को देखना है, उसकी फ्रिक्वेंसी और उसका बैंडविड्थ निकालना है, तो यू हैव टू ऑब्जर्व द रीजन वेयर योर voltage gains remains constant. So for which frequencies your voltage gains remains constant, that portion is nothing but the bandwidth of your amplifier. राइट. एम्पलीफायर जो है उसका आउटपुट है वो आपको क्या आना चाहिए, कांस्टेंट आना चाहिए और हाई आना चाहिए, ना कि वो इंक्रीजिंग है ना ही वो डिक्रीजिंग चाहिए. सो हमको कौन सा रीजन कंसिडर करना है, जिस फ्रिक्वेंसी रेंज में आपका वोल्टेज गेन कांस्टेंट रहता है, वो फ्रिक्वेंसी के रेंज को आप क्या बोल सकते हैं, बैंडविड्थ ऑफ द एम्पलीफायर. सो दिस इज़ द फ्रिक्वेंसी response of a single stage amplifier, which shows you that for lower frequency the gain will starts rising, for high frequency it will decreases. So in the middle frequency range your gain of the amplifier will remain constant. So these frequencies, the range of frequency is nothing but bandwidth of your amplifier. It will give you a better output in this bandwidth. सो अभी आपको मतलब समझ में आ रहा होगा व्हाट इज़ अ बैंडविड्थ, व्हाट इज़ अ गेन. So for lower frequency how the performance, mid frequency how the performance, and for high frequency how the performance of single stage amplifier is shown. Read it carefully, and how to calculate the mid frequency is given in notes also. Then I just now I have said you what is the bandwidth of amplifier, which is given in your note. How to calculate the bandwidth is f2 minus f1, that is high cutoff frequency and lower cutoff frequency, where the gain starts increasing and decreasing. These 2 points we have taken. सो अगर हमने ये कट कर दिए, माइनस कर दिए, तो हमें मिडल फ्रीक्वेंसी रेंज मिल जाएगी, वहाँ पे हमारा गेन कांस्टेंट है. राइट. Then these are the some factors which are affecting on your amplifier, that is effect of C1 C2. जब हमने देखा these are the coupling capacitor, इनपुट आउटपुट सिग्नल्स कपल करने के लिए, और ऐसी पैरामीटर्स ओनली अलाउ करने के लिए C1 C2 है. देन एमिटर बाईपास कैपेसिटर इज फॉर bypassing all the DC components which is present at the output side. So this is of bypass capacitor, इफेक्ट दिया है. देन मल्टी स्टेज एम्पलीफायर, अभी ऊपर जो डायग्राम हमने देखा वो दैट इज़ ओनली फॉर सिंगल स्टेज एम्पलीफायर. सो आप ऐसे सिंगल स्टेज एम्पलीफायर है, नंबर ऑफ सिंगल स्टेज एम्पलीफायर यू कैन कनेक्ट और कास्केड टुगेदर, विच इज़ कॉल्ड एज अ मल्टी स्टेज एम्पलीफायर. और अब एक से ज़्यादा मल्टी एम्पलीफायर अगर आप कनेक्ट करोगे एक दूसरे के साथ, तो आपका बैंडविड्थ इंक्रीज़ हो जाएगा, आपका गेन इंक्रीज़ हो जाएगा, और आपको बेटर आउटपुट मिलेगा. सो यू कैन आल्सो एबल टू कनेक्ट द number of transistor in series, which is called as a multi-stage amplifier, which will increase your gain of the amplifier as well as bandwidth of the amplifier. Right. Then these are the some types of amplifier. This is called as a two-stage amplifier. Here the two single stage amplifier connected together with the help of coupling capacitor CE. देखिए ऊपर जो सर्किट दिखाया था सिंगल स्टेज का, वैसे ही दो एम्पलीफायर का सर्किट निकाला है और उसको एक कैपेसिटर के साथ कनेक्ट किया है। मतलब Q1 ट्रांजिस्टर का जो कलेक्टर है उसको कपलिंग कैपेसिटर के साथ कनेक्ट करके दूसरे कैपेसिटर Q2 कैपेसिटर के बेस को कनेक्ट करा है, राइट। सिंगल स्टेज एम्पलीफायर का ही सर्किट है, दो बार निकाला है, सिर्फ उसको एक दूसरे के साथ अटैच किया है। पहला वाला ट्रांजिस्टर के कलेक्टर को दूसरे वाले ट्रांजिस्टर के बेस के साथ कनेक्ट किया है विद द हेल्प ऑफ कैपेसिटर. So it will increases your voltage gain as well as bandwidth, right? So this two amplifiers are connected with the help of resistor and capacitor. That's why it is called as a RC coupling amplifier. अभी ये RC कपलिंग एम्पलीफायर का फ्रीक्वेंसी रिस्पॉन्स है। ये RC कपलिंग एम्पलीफायर में देखिए आप लोअर फ्रीक्वेंसी जो है उसके लिए गेन इंक्रीज़ हो रहा है, फिर हायर फ्रीक्वेंसी के लिए वो डिक्रीज़ हो रहा है, और जो मिडल रेंज दिख रही है आपको जहाँ पे आपका ट्रांजिस्टर का गेन है वो कांस्टेंट है, वो आपकी क्या है, बैंडविड्थ ऑफ द योर एम्पलीफायर, राइट। So this is the about RC coupled amplifier. Then these are the some numericals which is given at the end of your chapter. There are some important formulas. ये एग्जाम्पल्स है, दो तीन एग्जाम्पल्स इम्पॉर्टेंट है। यहाँ इसमें जो फॉर्मूले दिए हैं वही आप करो सिर्फ, और ये जो प्रॉब्लम्स है इम्पॉर्टेंट है एग्ज़ाम में, ये फॉर्मूलेज वगैरह आपको पूछे जा सकते हैं, ठीक है। तो ये फॉर्मूलेज आप ध्यान में रखिए, ठीक है। यहाँ पे हमारा थर्ड चैप्टर जो है वो कंप्लीट हो गया है। आपको हम असाइनमेंट दिए है, वो असाइनमेंट आप कंप्लीट करो। इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस दिए हैं, go through that important questions, solve your assignment and upload on your link. Then you have to upload total 3 assignments, and today there is a practical for BEC. So do the experiment number 5 and upload the simulation of experiment number 5 on given link. Thank you.